Well, I'm sure glad I get to read this speech. I'd like to first of all do the most important thing I think we can do here tonight, and that is I'd like to invite the rest of the team that's going to take on the PCs in the next election. So please, all the candidates, come forward. Crazy. So it's been crazy. I'm very excited. I'm very happy. I'm very humbled by the trust that you've placed in me tonight. I actually regard it as a sacred trust. I won't let you down. To lead a party of committed and principled grassroots Albertans will be my privilege and my absolute honor. I am an Albertan. I'm a very proud Albertan. This is a challenge that I take on with the brightest of hopes for what we can and what we will achieve for Albertans. First of all, I usually vote for the person with the shortest speech. Fortunately, there's no vote tonight. It's finished. This is going to be a bit of a long one, but there's a lot of people to thank and there's a lot of things to talk about, but I'll try to do it quickly and efficiently. And first of all, I have to thank some people. I want to thank my incredibly dedicated and talented campaign team. They did an amazing, amazing job during a very short, record-breaking campaign. You may not believe this, but there was actually no downtime. There was no time off. Every second mattered, and it took everybody working at full capacity for me to be standing here today as the new leader of the Wildrose Party of Alberta. So thank you to each and every one of them. Thank you to the team from Edmonton that's here tonight, for the team in Calgary, from the team in Northern Alberta, Southern Alberta, Central Alberta. There's a lot of people here tonight, and I can't thank all of them, but I do thank you from the bottom of my heart. As all of you know, my family actually suffered an unexpected tragedy last week. For those of you who don't know, my youngest son, Michael, we called him Mikey, has gone to a better place. And I stood down from campaigning to spend more time with my family. Mikey was a very special person. And when cleaning his room this week, I found a handwritten note on the table beside his bed. This will tell you how special he was. He wrote in his own handwriting, "What you do for yourself dies with you, but what you do for others remains and is immortal." That was Michael. He was a great guy. He was a great young man, and I will do my best to live up to his wisdom. And bluntly, I think all of us should live up to that wisdom. What we do for others remains and is immortal. I also want to thank Derek and Leela and my other candidates, everyone here tonight who worked very hard for me on my campaign while I couldn't. That is a great team. This is a great team. I want to also thank two very important people, and that is, of course, Drew Barnes and Linda Osenchuk for a spirited and hard-fought campaign. Now, Jim Prentice thought that he was going to catch us. He was going to catch us flat-footed, that the PCs were going to take advantage of us. They thought by rushing an election, the Wildrose would not be organized, would not be ready, they would not be able to pick a leader and head into a campaign united and ready to fight. Now, do you see what we have here, folks? We have a team ready to fight. Not only are we ready to fight, not only can we fight and will we fight, but we will win. We will take them on everywhere, and we will win. Now, I did book this to be a 9-minute speech with all the applause. I hope you don't mind if it goes to 12. There's some happy people out there. I'm very ecstatic about how things are going. I'm very honored. I have to also thank 2 other very special people. The people that kept me going. Losing a son is not an easy thing. My mother has been there. And as always, she stood beside me as a pillar of strength. That's my mother over there. Thank you, Mom. And of course, my fiancée, Kim. She is a very talented political person. She worked on the Hill for a long time in Parliament Hill. And for the last 2 weeks, the most difficult time of my life, she has been there for me and kept me in one piece. And I really, really couldn't have done it without her love and support. Thank you, Kim. My friends, I have been traveling the province, and I've been telling people that Alberta needs the Wildrose. Needs the Wildrose now more than ever before. That a united, strong, and effective grassroots conservative movement will be the only thing that will save Alberta from the largest tax increases we've ever seen in this province. Who would have thought that a apparently conservative government would bring forward this budget? The first budget out by Jim Prentice. It's got enough spending and tax hikes in it that every NDPer in the whole province is going to be ecstatic. Let's be honest. It is absolutely unbelievable. He is taxing our income more, even more. He is taxing our drinks. He is taxing our gasoline. He is taxing our campgrounds. He is taxing our house sales, our mortgage, our insurance. Wow. I agree. 59 new taxes and fee increases. There is no limit to his taxation. But that's nothing compared to what he's going to do if he gets a blank check majority mandate after the next election. You can believe it, folks. It's going to be tax time all over. And you know what he's going to bring in first? PST. Prentice sales tax, the PST, that's right. He can't help it. This is who Jim Prentice is. This is what the people that surround him believe in. This is what they talk about. They need to bring in a PST. Do Albertans want a PST? No. And we're going to represent Albertans. But let's remember who we are. Let's remember why we're here and what we stand for. Wildrose is now the only party, that's right, the only party in Alberta who does not want to raise your taxes. That actually means that we have 4 parties way out there to the left. 4 parties that want to raise your taxes, that think that that's the only way they can solve the problems they created. They think that they can spend your money better than you can. And they want to take more of it from you. We're not going to let that happen. Because you know what? We are here. The Wildrose is here. We are principled. We are fiscally conservative Wildrosers. We are going to stand up for the taxpayers. We are going to stand up for Albertans like we always have, and we always will. Don't think that we get elected and we do nothing, because we have a job to do. It's a big job, and Albertans expect us to do it because they're counting on us to do it. We've got to stop Jim Prentice, and we've got to stop the PCs from taking us even further down this road that he started us on. It's not a road that Albertans want to follow. If we don't stop them, there is nobody else that can. We must stop them. Now, I will tell you, I went to Ottawa in 2004. I went to Ottawa to get rid of the Liberals. And I see exactly the same thing here. It's time for a new government. It's time for a change. Now, Alberta's my home, and as many of you know, I'm very happy to be here. 18-hour commutes every weekend back and forth to Ottawa are no fun. I will promise you that. An hour back and forth from my home in Fort McMurray and to be able to travel Alberta, my home, the place I love, is an incredible opportunity for me and is an honor. And I promise you that I will do it very well and represent you and fight for all your priorities and Albertans' priorities. I watched in Ottawa as I took over the leadership of as Jim Prentice took over the leadership of the PC party. And I know, and you know, people say, how could you possibly think Jim Prentice would do anything good? Well, I think most Albertans did look at Jim Prentice and say, he says all these wonderful things. Is he going to do something? And we waited. We waited for his promise 90 days to come up with a solution for healthcare. We're still waiting. We waited for him to say he was going to change the party, and he said it, but he didn't do it. It is not right that our province is left in the hands of someone that won't carry through on what they say they will do. We need a leader to do what they say and say what they do. I realize about Jim something that is really important, and it took me a while in politics to figure it out. But fortunately, I got elected on the very basis of that principle. And that is that politics is about the people. It's not about your resume. It's not about the plum jobs for your friends or your families or how you can line up your next job in the future after politics. It's not about cooking up shady backroom political betrayals, as we've seen, or looking for the next political opportunity that might come our way. Politics is about serving the people. It's about the people that elect us and trust us to carry forward their mandate and their priorities and to fight for them when nobody else will. That's what we're here for. Now, I can complain about Jim Prentice, and take my word for it, I saw him for a while, and I can do a lot of complaining. But he left early. I still stayed around in Ottawa for 4 or 5 years and learned some more tricks that he didn't learn. And the most important one is that politics is really about serving the people. But let me tell you a little bit about what I believe. I actually believe that promises do not have expiry dates. I believe that leaders don't quit until the job is done. I believe that no matter what, hard work beats talent every single time. I believe that Alberta has one of the best things in the world of any place. Not just the people, not just the beautiful environment, the mountains. More than anything, we have the Alberta advantage, a low tax regime. It's an advantage to be maintained and to be fought for. It's not a problem that needs to be fixed. It's something we need to keep and make sure Albertans can enjoy it for the next 1,000, 2,000 years for all our sons and daughters. It's an important thing that we need to keep fighting for. I believe And most importantly, we are going to fix healthcare. I believe patients cured, not dollars spent, is actually how you measure success in healthcare. We're going to fix it, folks. I promise. Sorry. Okay, whose hands hurt in the audience right now? Just who's... I like his attitude. I really believe when Albertans are hurting, you don't punish them with higher and biggest tax increases in the history of the province. It's the wrong thing to do. When people are hurting, you don't tax them to death. I believe that MLAs are elected to serve their constituents, not to serve their party leaders. And I believe in a united grassroots party where all Conservatives are welcome. I believe Wildrose is a party for all Albertans, and under my leadership, it will be. Now, my friends, the next election could be days away. In fact, it could be Monday. We don't know when the writ's going to be dropped because it's not in our control. And we know that this premier, this person that promised he would keep his promises, is already going to have an illegal election. We know what they're trying to do. They're doing everything they can, pulling out every single trick in the book to make sure the Wildrose isn't ready. Now, that's not going to happen, folks. They tried to destroy us. That's not going to happen. We are going to fight them. We are going to fight them at every battleground across this province, and we are going to win. But I like her attitude too. But Alberta needs us to be ready. They really need us to be ready. Albertans need us to be ready. Do we look ready? Yeah. We're ready. We're ready. And let's continue to be ready. We are going to need all of you. I am going to need all of you. We need to be ready, and Wildrose is going to need every single small C Conservative to be ready with us. Let's show Albertans they can count on us to stand up for them, that they can count on us to fight for what matters the most for them, so they know that we will fight for their priorities. Let's show them. Let's show them this is the time. Today is the start of when we took our province back. We need to show the people of Alberta that the Wildrose is on their side, that the Wildrose will fight for their priorities and stand up for them when nobody else will. And with your help, together, we can do it. Let's do it. Thank you. That's all my speech said, so that's all I'm going to say. But and everybody's thankful for that, I'm sure. But thank you to everybody coming tonight. It's been an incredible campaign. I would really like to thank Drew and Linda again for participating, and for all the candidates here tonight, and for all the media and everybody else, and especially my family and my fiance, and all of the people that supported me, and the people that are going to vote for us in the next election. We will do it. Please count on us.